That means it's Sunday. We're going to talk about everything from who's going to get cut, Tyson Jenkins, Tevin Jenkins, Tyson Jenkins.
Tevin
I'm mixing
Jenkins.
up names. It's Sunday. I've already been drinking. We're going to talk about that. Plus, our thoughts about the Bears heading into the season. How confident are we in the team? We're going to into all that and more right after this.
Now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
C Dub, Bobby, Haize, we all in the building today. It's Sunday, man. Welcome to Chicago Bears Central, the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. Fellas, preseason's over with. The Bears look like absolute dog shit in the last preseason game, but it is what it is there. Let me turn on the light so we can have some fun. But we got some things to talk about. So during the game, literally, and his agent must have knew he was about to check into the game. Right before Tevin Jenkins went into the game, we got released that he asked for a trade. He got a sack. He ain't do nothing else really much to the rest of the game. So I'm going to ask you guys, when it comes down, the Bears got to cut over 30 players between now and sometime next week. Do you think Tevin Jenkins is going to be traded, or do you think he's going to eventually just be cut from the roster?
I would have to say I think he'll eventually be traded. Thanks for the schooling on the live call. I would be cool with just cutting him because I feel very disappointed in Travis Gibson. It seems like he's not up to the challenge and switching to a 4-3 from a 3-4. So knowing Ryan Bowles, he's going to be smart about it and get some assets instead of just letting him go scot-free because he does have some talent. I'm just disappointed in his moxie and his confidence and his drive to do something different. I'm just very disappointed in Gibson.
I mean, for me, I look at it like it's just simple, man. To me personally, I already know we got to get the add-on to the draft capital, but I just let him go, bro. That's what
Oh,
I
you
would
would.
do. But Ryan
Okay.
Poles, I already know, man. What's the market for him right now? Ever since he's been in the league, we've seen up and down. Is it
Yeah.
really worth holding on to him if he's gonna get you back a 5th-round pick? Some people might say, yeah. I say, to hell with it. We first in the waiver wire. Let me do my due diligence, and I believe that he have been doing his due diligence. That's Ryan Poles, that is. And I think that you can find somebody who might not be up to his level, but if you work with him and you get him some reps and you coach him up the right way, he probably can come and fill the void. That's how I would approach it.
The way I look at it is this: cut day is on the 29th. We got 2 days. And they gave him permission to go. When it came out that the Bears gave him permission to go seek a trade, to me that put a timeline on it of, okay, you got to the cut day to go find your trade. If we can get something back for you before the 29th, cool. You got until whatever the time period. I don't know if there's a certain time as far as they need to have the roster down by. If you ain't got a trade worked out for you by then, all right, my guy, you can go on an open market and figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah, I
how
see
I'd
ya.
approach it. Because I'm not, bro. I don't want to. Ryan Poles has said it plenty of times. I could throw as much money as people as I want, but what's gonna help build this culture is people that actually want to be here. This guy don't want to be here, and he came out and put that on display when he requested a trade. You don't want to be here? All right, cool. It's sad to see you go, but I'm gonna pack your bags with you, bro.
Yeah, it's very sad, man. I'm very disappointed because I did still have hope for him that he'll make the team and at least be a key part coming off the bench. But I do agree. I'm gonna disagree with you guys and say you do because you schooled me yesterday. Both of y'all schooled me yesterday, and now I look like y'all changing y'all man on me and shit.
Yeah.
Get some. You said let the motherfucker go, didn't you, Hayes? You say
No, I
let him
said if you
go.
can get something, if you can get any assets back for somebody you're gonna cut anyway, you get them.
Yeah.
Even if it is a 7th round. If somebody says, "Hey, it's August 28th. The cut deadline is tomorrow at 4 p.m." Shout out to Vern for giving us that fact check. If somebody calls you at 2:30 p.m. on the 29th and says, "Listen, I just don't want to have to deal with it on the open market. I don't feel like bidding. I got a 7th round pick for you in 2029." Cool. I was gonna cut him anyway.
Oh, okay, dear. I apologize to you, Drip.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just you got to get something back from him. Just don't let him go for free. If somebody want him,
Yeah.
that's the key question. If
That's
somebody
the
want
biggest question, right?
him,
Too
yeah,
like. And teams main and the fact that the trade request was made known now, teams like this is why I was saying towards the beginning of training camp, like if you didn't see Tevin Jenkins winning that starting position, or him being heavily factored into your rotation, you should have moved him then. At this point now, teams
Travis
smell
Gibson, yeah.
the blood in the water. Like, ain't nobody
Mhm.
gonna really offer anything of value for Tevin Jenkins at this point. Now, I know some Bears fans.
Gibson, Haize, Gibson.
Oh, Gibson. I said Jenkins. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Travis Gibson. Names too similar. I'm old. Sue
Yeah.
me. But Travis Gibson, as far as when it comes to Travis, it's like teams smell the blood in the water. So, like, and he has talent still. I know some Bears fans are like, oh, get him out of there. He did nothing once offensive started keying in him. Yeah, he was the only damn defensive lineman that we had that was worth a goddamn, bro.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
Can I ask you guys? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, Doug.
I want to ask y'all a question. Do y'all think this little spat of him being traded or cut, is this happened like recently? Like, has this been going on for? You think it been going on for a long time, like a month or in the start of training camp, or it just arrived like the past week? This little friction between the Bears and Gibson, because we didn't hear this, but from the last week or the last couple of days. So I don't know.
I don't necessarily think there's friction. I think it's just straightforward. Like, every breakup ain't because of friction. Like, there's no role for him here. Like, as soon as Terrell Lewis started showing out, bro, we got people younger than you and the one older than you, Rasheem Green, that are probably giving us more, that we don't have to worry about getting into a contract negotiation with at the end of the season. What do we always talked about with Ryan Poles? It's about value.
Yeah,
that's what it boils down to.
And these guys are gonna come in and out too. Me, I just say it is what it is at this point. If you can't get something back, cool. If not, cut your losses, man. You're not gonna always have wins as a GM or the guy running the show. And sometimes it just don't work out for some players. And I'm a believer that scheme matters for certain players.
Yeah,
like, you can definitely you could probably throw Aaron Donald in any defense, but Gibson is not Donald. So the scheme is necessary for him, and he probably feel like the Bears kind of holding him back because there's so many people in front of him. So
no, you made a great point, nephew. I love football players that you could just plug in any scheme, like an Aaron Donald. I would say that he does have some kind of value. If he just whip out the preseason tape, he does have a good preseason tape. So we'll be able to get something, I think.
He has a good preseason tape mainly because of one game and a quarter. Like, let's be clear. Like, I saw somebody in there say he had a great preseason. Now, he had a great game in the preseason and some solid couple of plays after that. But like I said, I think that if you bring in Travis to a team that has a solid defensive line already, to where he's a complementary piece to a starting defensive line. I think he can flourish in that role, especially in a 3-4 defense. But if you bring him in and it's like we have to bet on, we need you to get us 5 to 7 sacks this season, you're gonna be screwed. But if he's a complementary piece to what you already have going on, he can play pretty well for a team. So
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I wouldn't be surprised if he end up a LA Ram. They run a 3-4 over there. They took Leonard Floyd off our hands, but I don't think they trade him for it though. So if he go over there, that's just an early prediction.
Yeah, Steve-O kept saying Arizona, which I know they need defensive linemen there, but we'll see.
I hope they're young, man. It's so sorry. I'm just disappointed in the guy, man. I liked the kid.
I liked him too. And I really do think playing with Unique Ngakoue, having DeMarcus Walker, he wouldn't have started, but like, I think him having either one of those guys on either side of him at all points in time would have helped him have a better season. I honestly do think that. But hey, everything don't work out for everyone. Let's move on. We got Terrell Lewis in here. I'm really high on Terrell Lewis. It is what it is.
Yes, sir. I agree with you on that. Yeah,
he been showing out, big dog. He been showing out.
Yeah. But all right, that brings us to the next topic. Who the hell is getting cut? We got over 30 players we need to cut from this roster. It's about to be a lot of names. We go try to do a special cut day special as well that evening. But who you guys got getting cut, man?
Oh man, Carlson, tight end Carlson.
How you drop that touchdown, boy?
EQ, he on the cusp. I'm not sure about EQ. Pattis, yes. Pattis. One of them defensive linemen somebody got to go off the defensive line. Is it gonna be Green? I think it is probably Green. If they don't trade Gibson, he getting cut. Robinson getting cut for sure. Because we ain't even seen him. He getting cut, G. Where have you seen him, gang? I ain't seen him.
Hey,
Where he at? I ain't seen him. He cut.
I mean, he got a tackle yesterday, right? I think he got a tackle.
I
He was
got
out there
one.
apparently.
Yeah, you got
Did
one.
he?
You seen 90
Yeah.
out there one time.
Yeah. He was out there
Okay.
once, man.
Hey, Velas, I gotta hear from Velas. Yeah, everybody got to stop and think about Velas.
Nah.
And we got to think about Velas.
The only thing that
Velas-
may save Velas is the fact that he was drafted by this regime. I think,
Yes.
like, especially with Pettis also being on the injury reserve, that may have bought him a, hey, we're gonna give you the first 3 weeks of the season to see what you looking like, big guy. But
Facts.
when Pettis is ready to come back, it may be looking a little iffy for you, my guy. So
Facts. Hey, I'm gonna throw the name out there, Tristan Ebner, somebody who we thought was gonna be solid on special teams.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's hey,
That's a
we
good
talked about it, I think last week or a few lives ago. We talked about the battle between Ebner and Travis Homer. I seen
Mhm.
Travis Homer get downfield to make a special team tackle. And he could
He
still
did.
come in, and if a running back go down, and he gonna be able to get you some spark. We haven't seen no type of spark from Ebner. It's unfortunate, but it's the NFL, bro. It's
But
unfortunate.
how sure are you, nephew, about Homer though? You give him a percentage? I know it ain't cut in stone that he'll stay, but you give him a percentage of staying
I
the
probably go
season.
70-30, 70-30. I just think that you at that point when you got a young guy, he just can't seem to get it right. He can't make. He ain't terrible on special teams, but special teams for you to be that special teams player, you got to make splash plays or you got to secure some tackles. We ain't seen that. And the man, we raved about him all last offseason and going into training camp. This guy won awards in college, returning
Yeah.
Special
punts and
teams,
kicks.
yep.
We
Yeah.
like, damn, the coaching staff don't even think you good enough to put you back there, even with Velas dropping everything.
Yeah.
I think it's just tough for him, and it's unfortunate because you know what I'm saying. These guys made it to the NFL to play. They dream, live out their dream. He'll have another shot somewhere else, but I think the experience goes to Travis Homer.
I think
Wow.
Velas is in a lot of trouble, gang.
Yeah,
Because Tyler Scott got him in a lot of trouble.
I ain't mad at that
true,
either.
but Tyler Scott has his own drop issues as well. So
He does.
Shaky Hand Scott and Dropsy Jones, they may live to fight another day. Yeah, they may live to fight another
Oh, both of them.
And the one a player that I definitely think is going, and I know this isn't like high on the list, but Isaiah Ford, as much as he showed flashes, I think it was that
Yeah.
was at first. I think Ford's up out of there, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. Do you think one of those other kids, Fontaine or
Oh,
Webster?
that's tough.
We keep one of those, but we gotta get rid of EQ if we
Fontaine's
get
probably
one of
going to
them.
stay.
Yeah.
I like Font. I think Darius Fontaine showed a lot more than Webster.
Yeah.
Webster's had his look, and keep in
Yeah.
mind, Webster is practice squad eligible. So even
Mhm.
though that we may cut them from the 53-man squad, I think he's going to stick around on that practice squad. Or
Yeah.
there you could make an argument for Fontaine too, but Fontaine, I believe, is 27 years old, so he ain't trying to stick around nobody's practice squad. So
Facts.
So how many receivers you think they can keep? 6 receivers, 6 wide receivers, or 5 wide? I think they'll keep 6, right? So EQ, one of them got EQ got to go. Then
You
if
got
you
the-
want to get
Well,
the best players,
You got more.
yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
yeah,
I think it's 5 or 6, and I think the wide receivers at the back end of it will most likely be one of those good special team players. So we're gonna have to see. So we're gonna have to see, man, because it's tough because you definitely seen some stuff out of Webster too, to where you could be like, damn, he could be a gadget piece. But then you look at Fontaine, you be like, man, he got a nice little catch radius. Like
He does.
You can work with him a little bit, but you got some dogs in front of you that's clogging up the spot. And I think that if they are bold enough to be like, Velas, it's over. I think that's a gut punch to you to the GM. You like, bro, I drafted you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it kind of hurt a little bit harder.
Yeah.
I think you will get more bang for your buck if you sign Fontaine and you cut EQ. I think he'll do more on the field than EQ does. I know he a great blocker, but come on, he's a wide receiver. What is your job title?
But see,
say?
that's the thing, though. They may keep him around because they do need protection, especially with the injuries on the offensive line. EQ's blocking may keep him around. I'm not saying that I'm betting on EQ being around. Not even saying I want EQ to be around. We got the wrong St. Brown. but there's a chance that he may stay.
I hear you on that.
I think
for
it
sure.
definitely will be tough to gauge though, because you want when it's time to run the ball and it's 4th and 1, 4th and inches. You want the best blockers in the game. He one of your best blockers. Or you can go play action. We're gonna throw this thing up, but his issue is dropping the damn ball. So we'll see.
Yeah. Another one, Kendall Williamson, safety. Elijah Hicks passed him up, bro.
Oh yeah,
Elijah Hicks got to
he's
sit. He got to stay. Yeah.
But
I think Williamson was a draft pick, so he'll be on the practice squad.
Yeah, he'll be on the practice squad. But a 53-man roster, no, you gotta go cut your teeth for a year, young fella. We'll see what you got next year.
Any surprises in the defensive tackle position? Y'all think?
Oh yeah, the Bravion Roy, who we brought in as a waiver wire, he's up out of there, bro.
Yeah. I didn't think he really had a chance in the first place with all that talent over there, dude. He ain't have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I think the defensive tackle lineup is set. I think you got your 4 there. I don't think it's gonna be much other than that.
Yeah.
So
the linebacker position is gonna be interesting.
For real.
Oh, we cut out that linebacker.
Dylan Cole up out of there. Dylan Cole gone.
Yeah. Because Walker, I think he could be a good fill-in. That's what I'm saying. He could be a good fill-in piece.
Do you think the injury to Noah Sewell changes any of that?
I think it will.
No.
Dependent on the severity of the injury. I think you definitely got to make decisions now, because you seen that this team right now, they willing to give other guys some snaps in that position group. So if you want somebody that's going to come in and fill a void, get somebody a breather, or if somebody go down, you want people that's competent. I think Walker is competent.
Yeah,
I mean, 100 tackles, you a lot more than competent.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? He's able.
Yeah, that's you got 100 tackles sitting as your 5th linebacker off the bench.
What I'm saying it's crazy.
That's crazy, man.
He probably plays special teams. You got to get one of those guys on special teams, right? You got to. You got to get Walker.
So I think Sewell was playing special teams too.
Yeah, he did play your last game, yeah.
But all right, so with that said, we talked a little bit about the cuts. We got 2 second positions in the QB2 and running back 2 that weren't quite solidified. Tyson Bagent, QB2, right? Is there any more question left on that?
I think, no debate.
Yeah, I think the Bears at this point, you gotta see what can come out of him for real. You gotta see what come out of this young guy. I think they might. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
It's definitely a pause, bro.
We ain't gonna talk about what you and Kev was doing yesterday. We ain't gonna talk about that, but it is what it is. But hey, I think at this point, I say you run with 3. I wouldn't be mad if they run with 3. It might be a bit much. Everybody might not agree with it, but I don't think that you give up on young talent like that, because, correct me if I'm wrong, if somebody moved to the practice squad, another team can come and snag them off, right? You don't want nobody to snag this young guy, and then he go play for somebody else and be like, damn, he's solid. You know what I'm saying? So you want a solid quarterback room. And I say you keep the experience around with PJ Walker. Might not be, he didn't have the greatest preseason. I know that take y'all aback, and y'all almost fell out them chairs. But you gotta keep the experience around, man, even if it hasn't been the best experience displayed on the field.
What if that experience was a roller coaster that fell off the rails or something like that? What if that experience was a horrible ass movie, going to the movie, spending $20 to they made it super easy for him yesterday, and he still looked like garbage. He on the cusp, nephew. He might get cut.
The reason I'm thinking about it is because I don't expect Justin Fields to miss games. So you shouldn't have to count on this guy. Only way you do it, knock on wood, is if Justin Fields got to miss a game at the end of the season, because we in the playoff spots and the playoff secured. So then you go throw him out there, let him get beat up a little bit, and then you get ready.
Are you
for the
saying he a
playoffs.
crash test dummy? He a crash test dummy.
Pull out the offensive lineman, pull out Justin Fields. Who we putting in at quarterback? PJ, go get him. This your time, my guy. This your time. Go ahead and go get him, bro. Hey, PJ Walker just got sacked 10 times in 6 plays. How did that happen? Don't worry about it. It's just PJ. Don't even worry about it.
Who out there?
You saying PJ Walker is the play close for the Chicago Bears? That's what we saying.
It is what it is, bro. Or if it's a blowout, you be just go out there and tell him to hand the ball off. That's it.
He the old forces you cut grass in. That's what PJ Walker is.
That's it.
Funny.
Hey, that's how
PJ ain't got
I
it.
would address it. But
I feel
hey,
you on that.
Ooh, I feel you. They did pay him though. It is a slight chance that he stay. He did get a contract.
Listen, it's
But
guaranteed one way or another.
yeah.
Like I said, that man can go back. I looked it up. He's from New Jersey. Go back to Jersey, buy you a house, invest in some Pee Wee football, get you a league going on out there.
yes,
Give back
sir.
to the youngsters, man. That's all we got.
This
For him.
man said invest in some Pee Wee football.
Oh, the real. We out here.
Oh man, PJ crazy. But all right, when it comes down to Roshan Johnson, we've seen Roshan get considerably more carries than Dante Foreman over the course of the preseason. Khalil Herbert, he played a lot that first preseason game, didn't play the second. I think he had 1 or 2 carries in the third preseason game, but Khalil's locked in at the running back 1. Running back 2. Do y'all think that them playing Roshan more in the preseason is a sign, or do you think it's they just wanted to take a look at the young fella? Dante Foreman's a vet, so they don't really need to take a super big look at him. What you think?
I think both of those answers are right. They wanted to take a look and see if one final test for preseason 3, and I think he passed the test with flying colors. At the very minimum, he is going to be running back 2. To me, let's go.
I look at it like this: Khalil Herbert, your job gonna be up for grabs soon. If you don't get your shit together.
Grabs.
Look, I got him locked in at 1, but the pass went right through your hands, bro. And when Justin Fields made his pass for the big 40-yard game for DJ Moore, guess who was the blocking running back? It wasn't your ass. It was Foreman. And he set a nice block right up in the middle of the pocket to stand it up and buy time for the QB1 to go ahead and get a 40-yard gain out of it. He can't continue to let these opportunities slip away. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to do more than just run in today's NFL. And I think Roshan, he's still gonna be number 3, but I will see him getting some snaps, and I will see increased snaps from Foreman and Johnson if Khalil Herbert don't get his blocking and get go see Tiana Trump, bro. Tiana, you ain't even gotta pay us. We send them your way. Just give us a shout out. We good.
What? Listen to the sound effect.
For real.
That sound like it hurt.
Hey, I'm telling you, Khalil Herbert.
I wanted to put a gok sound effect anytime Tiana Trump's name come up, but then I don't want us to get censored. So
he bogus. We got a super chat too.
oh man, let's see. We've got a super chat from Joel here. He says, "What up, Haize and Kanye?" First of all, that's not how you spell my name, but I appreciate you nonetheless. What up, Haize and Kanye? That's not how you spell Kanye. You being too proper in here, bro. Come on, man. If you don't get a K on that cognac, bro, love your show. Keep up the good work. Haize, you went wild on Mr. 420 the other day. Shit was hilarious. Buried it. Listen, bro. Listen.
Look here.
That was not me. That was Petty Roosevelt. That didn't have like I cannot be held accountable for the things that Petty Roosevelt does, bro. Like, hey, you know what's funny? That was the first time that Petty Roosevelt came out in almost a year, bro. It's crazy. I've been on my best behavior, man.
And he stretched out, didn't he? He got right back to business.
He came right out with a triple-double, bro.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Appreciate the super chat, man.
Roshan, man, the sky's the limit. Hey, nephew, I know you said he's gonna be the 3rd string, but the ceiling's open, right? And how long would it take if you think this guy's gonna get to? Let's just do the second. I'm gonna just keep my spirits down a little bit. Let's say to get to 2nd string, how long would it take throughout the season?
Definitely more than half.
Oh shit! You ain't high as I am on my man Roshan. I feel
he got all the talent in the world, but I believe these guys gonna run. They not scared to play younger guys, so I'm gonna give them that. But I still think that you still got 2 valuable guys ahead of him. Like he will see snaps, but to get up to 2, it's gonna either be from one of the 2 above him screwing up, or one of them getting injured. That's how I see he gonna start to move up that ladder. I think it's gonna take some time for him. I think it's gonna take some time.
Here's what I'll say. Fuck it. Roshan Johnson's running back too. Listen, Dante Foreman is a vet. I love Dante Foreman. He got talent. He got a lot of that. But here's what I'll say. like I think that the Bears are extremely invested. I think Roschon Johnson has impressed them, and I think that may get him off on the field a little bit more initially because I do feel like they're going to look at Dante Foreman and say, "All right, listen, we're going to try to get Roschon out here. If Roschon for some reason starts showing some of those rookie concerns, we always got Don. I don't think Dante's a threat to get cut. Like that article, I completely tore that apart when somebody said that Dante Foreman was going to be. He's not getting cut, but I do think that initially those snaps may go to Roschon to see if he can keep up. He 28 carries, 98 yards in the preseason. And some of those were behind an absolute garbage offensive line of people that they just picked up that were trashmen the day before. I think they're going to want to take a look at Roschon. Man.
I'm with you. And that's why when I opened up initially, I said, Khalil Herbert, your job, if you don't get this shit together, your job will be up for grabs because the other two guys behind you can catch out of the backfield. They can block better than you, and they hitting the holes damn near the same way or if not better than you. So, though he will start off as one, we can see some trickle down.
Damn,
bro, stop doing the damn thing.
That shit sound like it hurt, bro.
Questionable stuff make you hit the holes. Come on, Bobby. What? No,
it's a running back.
I'm just fucking with you, bro. We were both running backs. I know what you mean.
Hit the damn hole.
Hey, Tiana Trump performed that noise on you, bro. You hurt, bro. You gotta go. You gotta go to the emergency room, bro. If you hear that noise,
that's funny.
Bro, I don't know. This is all we hear when Tiana Trump get to work. That's all we hear. You just gotta you gotta sit back and congratulate. But all right, let's get into the last topic for today before we get up out of here, man. We came into this preseason because of training camp, the additions to the roster, really confident about this team. I think we all had this team 9 wins or above. Preseason showed up. We looked really good the first preseason game. Pass pros look pretty questionable because of injuries. The run defense has been probably the biggest question mark on the defensive side of the ball to me. How confident are you guys now heading into the season after the preseason?
I'm definitely still have my confidence on the same level. I understand I had to take a night to sleep over that, what we watched yesterday. And I just come to the conclusion that they didn't really give a fuck about preseason game number 3. So I'm going to hold them to the same expectations that I had before. We just going to know, just make a mental note that the offensive line is not completely set right now. Tevin Jenkins will be out the longest with some kind of sprain. I think he has a foot sprain, ankle sprain, or something.
No, the man strained both calves.
Oh, he strained
both.
How do you strain both calves?
Both of them.
Damn. That's what happened when Tiana Trump get to work. You the legs can stiff
on you. But overall, my expectations don't change. It don't change at all.
For me, I'm going to still stand on business until proven otherwise. It is preseason, but we do got some things we need to fix up. Haize mentioned it. We got to get the run defense squared away. Because in week 1, you got 2 good running backs over there for that weak ass city, Green Bay, but them boys can run. So you got to get that right. And then I'm going to call Justin Fields front and center. Hey, the same enthusiasm and the hype that you throwing up on the sideline when Badger's scoring touchdowns, you up there dancing, throwing a little boom, boom, boom. I need you to get in these players' ass. And one of the plays he had to take off, Justin Fields, you see Darnell Mooney acting like you see Tyler Scott like, what we doing? Darnell Mooney throwing his hands up too. Supposed to be in a bubble screen or some type of screen or some type of play. Justin Fields he didn't drop back to even look for it. He looked to the right and he had to take off because y'all won on one accord. QB1. You know we rock with you. We know you. You know we love you over here, and we rooting for you, big dog. But you need to get in their ass. I ain't saying you didn't,
like that.
But hey, if you got to have a conversation with them, these guys need to be on one accord. That was one of your last, you know what I'm saying, little measurements before you head into the regular season. In my personal opinion, you should have been sharp, but you wasn't. The Bills, they are a winning team for the last few years. So y'all know what y'all need to reach. Y'all know what y'all need to do now.
Yeah, I look at it as this. Like it's hard to really judge by preseason because you don't know how much they're taking it seriously, right? To C-Dub's point, it really did have that feel at times that this was the 3rd preseason game. Everybody's trying to make it through, not getting hurt. And then when Noah Sewell went down, everybody definitely was like, "Hey, listen, man, I may not tackle you. You can get the touchdown if you want it." So it's hard to kind of evaluate fully by then, but yeah, the run defense needs shored up seriously. We never really got to see the projected starting offensive line together, and we may not see it together for another month, depending on what happens with Tevin Jenkins. So that's that type of thing. But Nate Davis, we haven't even gotten a look at to see how much he's going to impact that offensive line. So overall, I think the growth of Justin's still going to be there. I still feel confident of this team getting a wild card spot at the bare minimum. We'll talk about the NFC North as we see how this team comes together. And look, we never really got to see all the weapons out there either for Justin Fields, right? So thank God Cole Kmet injury wasn't serious. But so, this was a team that won 3 games last year, but could have, as close as games were, could have easily won. Let me not say easily, but could have won 7 games with better execution. We have better weapons now. We do have improvements on the offensive line. Justin Fields made a step. The defense is extremely better overall when fully healthy. Jaquan Brisker set most of the preseason games too, and we know what type of a game changer he is. Add that to Tyreek Stevenson, and tell you what, Jalen Johnson also looks motivated this year. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many turnovers he's going to force, but he was playing some damn good man-to-man end zone defense. So.
He did.
Yeah, listen. So I still feel confident in my prediction that they're gonna make it at least as a wild card. And it hasn't changed my mindset on that. Yeah, we're not a perfect team by any stretch of the imagination, but I think we got our strengths are strong enough that we still should be pushing for that wild card position.
I'm with you on
Let
that.
me ask y'all a question about Tevin Jenkins. How many years he's been in the league? What, 2-3 years?
This is his third year.
Third year.
Yeah.
Like
he's been injured every single year. He's starting to get that moniker, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You always injured, bro. I know he's terrific and his talent is great, especially in the run game. He's a great run blocker. But your best ability is availability, bro. And it will be great to have you to start this season to get some cohesion and some, I'm going to use C word, continuity with that offensive line. So, he's starting to get that. Every season he's hurt, man. Every season.
I agree. And I think it's going to be some people behind him that's ready to take the job. I like J. Tyree Carter. And he was playing both guard positions.
Yeah. I like J. Tyree Carter a lot too. Like I like him a lot. I like his potential. And when you look at Tevin Jenkins, out of 34 possible games, has played 19 of them.
See?
The concerns are legit. Like, and that's outside of talking about his skill or anything like that. The fact of the matter is, it leaves much to be desired. And so, we'll see. I mean, I want Tevin Jenkins to be able to pull it out. You look at last year, he only missed 3 games last year. So there's something to be said with that. But like, if he comes back after however long he's going to be gone with this injury and suffers anything nagging or lingering again the rest of this season, I'm not saying the Bears should necessarily look to cut him or trade him, but you do need to look at having a backup for him that's a high-level backup that can step in and that you can bet on. And that may be J. Tyree Carter. It may be him, and that's fine. But you have to start you'll get to a place where you have to start being prepared for him to be out, and that's a dangerous place to be for a young player.
Yeah,
yes, it is.
I agree. 100%. I agree with you.
Just the probability of him, just his pass and the probability of him getting hurt is too high, bro. You have to account for that, bro. You have to, bro. Because you can't depend on that. How long can you depend on that, bro?
Yeah.
How long can you depend on that? I'm not done with him, though. I'm just saying, every year he's getting hurt. So you start paying attention to that. Bro.
Facts. I agree. You definitely got to get on the right track for sure.
I don't know what it is. It's healthy. Eat 4 burgers instead of 16, motherfucker, big ass.
You know what, though? For as big as Tevin Jenkins is, that's a mobile guy for as big as he is.
Yeah, he is.
Like, the man's 320 pounds, bro. Like, that's a grizzly, bro. Like, that's crazy.
Damn, bro.
6'6", 320.
That's
6'6", 320, bro. Come on, man. Like,
that should be outlawed, bro. That's outlawed.
But to your point, you asked, how do you strain 2 calves at once? Being 6'6", 320 pounds.
Oh, bro, you go.
That's a lot of weight to be carrying around, my guy, bro. Like, that's...
God damn, bro.
I'm
that's
with
a
you
big
on
man.
that.
I don't think man, I ain't even gonna say that. Just go ahead. I ain't gonna say it.
Big Show look at Tevin Jenkins like, damn, that's a big dude, man. That's a pretty big guy.
He's still big,
hell no.
bro.
Big Show 500.
Not anymore, but that was so. You remember when Big Show used to do the kip ups when he like, bro, I saw that
Bro.
one time. I was like, it looked like a slow motion rock moving. But shout out to you for
Right.
being able to do that, bro.
Yo, bro.
That's crazy.
Hey, that's funny.
But any other thoughts, man? Oh, one thing that because we get asked about this. How confident do you feel that the Bears are gonna have a good pick from Carolina coming up this season?
Oh, have y'all seen? I watched the last game from Carolina. Well, I watched the highlights. Man, they gonna have a tough time protecting that kid, and I don't know if he can handle all that punishment he finna get. I heard some people saying they got a good offensive line, but he was getting pressure on every single play, and he got hit on one out of every 2 plays, bro. I don't know if that little kid the last. I think we're gonna have a great pick from Carolina, bro. They gonna be on the bottom of the league. I ain't saying they're gonna have a worse record, but they gonna be down there, bro. They gonna be down.
It's definitely gonna be some challenges because it was reported on NFL that Frank Wright after one of the games Bryce Young was getting beat up so bad the head coach Frank Wright had to call a meeting and cuss him out.
Bro.
So hey, we know your pain, Bryce. We just went through it last season,
bro. And that's not to say that Bryce Young can't still turn out to a heck of a quarterback, but it's looking mighty questionable. Like it's preseason, but they went 0-3 during preseason, bro. And Bryce Young, like that, you talk about running for your life, bro. Keep in mind, Justin Fields is a big guy. Bryce Young ain't as big as Justin Fields, bro.
On TV, he looked my height, bro.
Bro, he's 5'10 and he looks taller than you, bro. Like, seriously, Bryce Young is 5'10, 194 pounds, bro. You mean to tell me, for example, somebody like Javon Dexter, that's 240 coming for you, bro? That's scary, man.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
man, that's nuts. Hey, shout out to Swifty, man. We see you in the
Shout out.
chat.
Oh, Swifty in the building?
Yeah.
No,
What
Swifty
up,
got to
my
get a
guy?
shout out. I don't even. Where's Swifty at? No, there you go.
Right. There you go.
They said some people said top 10 pick. Hey,
Top 10
I
pick for
agree
sure.
with that for sure.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I'm glad to have Swifty in the building. Listen, I got nothing but love for Swifty. Shout out to Muggsy Bogues. That dude who talks slow is in the house. That's funny. Listen,
Shout out to you,
I'll tell y'all this. Like, y'all know me. I'm always ready for drama. When I saw the Tape Never Lies come for Swifty, I almost put on the gloves. I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
But best believe, if they ever come out they shell and come this way, I got something for him. Because Swifty a good dude, man. Swifty just a good dude, man.
Yes, he
like
is,
y'all
bro.
just like
he be on his stuff.
I really don't understand people who could try to come for somebody who's literally just a good dude. And like,
Boy, your ass sound like the Decepticons was about to come through your mic.
my bad.
We thought your whole
See,
mic was
that-
finna.
Because God had to strike me down because he knew I was finna go. I almost went to Petty Roosevelt for a second, but shout out to
cool,
Swifty
man.
in the chat, man.
Cool.
Y'all go support Swifty, man. Swifty, he's killing it with this
Facts.
Bears
Killing
content
Facts.
shit, man.
He is,
Facts.
bro.
But yeah, let's get into some of the comments before we go because we really didn't get a chance to get into some of the comments. I know we're going long for our Sunday episodes, but let's get into some of it, man. We got this one. Khalil Herbert should be on the trade block and get back a 4th or 5th round pick for him. That's a hot take.
It is.
How you guys feeling about now? Steve-O, I don't want to speak for Steve-O. He in the chat though, but Steve-O is not a Khalil Herbert guy.
He don't like
I think he said that Dante should be number 1, Roshan number 2. How you guys feeling about Khalil Herbert, man?
Hey,
I like Khalil Herbert. He's an excellent runner. All other aspects of being a running back, like pass protection and catching out of backfield, he kind of lacks. I do feel he can get better. I wouldn't want to trade him though. I still think that he can definitely get better at those aspects, and he'll be cheap because we have to teach him. I think he'll be cheap. So you keep him because the running back, you don't want to pay for running backs. I think he'll be cheap, and he's pretty good when he has the ball in his hand. But if you get a 4th or 5th, is we going too low with a 4th or 5th?
that might be his value.
You get a 3rd.
And
You get a 3rd for
Listen,
Khalil Herbert.
But here's the thing though. It's a running back.
Yeah.
There's
what makes it fun.
there are running backs coming every year in the draft. So
Facts.
Yeah.
Every single
4th or
year.
5th may be fair value, bro.
It
honestly.
might be. But yeah, we'll see. Y'all heard what I said. He gonna be number 1, but he gotta get his stuff together. Gotta get it together.
I like him though, man. I like him when he got the ball in his hand, man. He's decent.
For sure.
Never mind. I said it
Hey,
joking.
you about to
Rumble's gonna get
come,
his
bro.
cancer.
You that
Fields has always had bad spring games in OSU, but performed at a high level starting the season. Just in a game, just as a game day performer shows his talents. Agreed. As somebody who lives in Columbus, Ohio, I'll tell you what, Justin Fields did not care about spring games at all.
No, he didn't. I seen some of those games,
Yeah,
bro. He
for
got
sure.
interested.
I ain't mad at it.
He literally. So I mean, listen. The thing is, I don't. Come week one, we ain't gonna be thinking about the preseason if they perform the way they need to perform. So while we're breaking down preseason stuff now, let's be real. Come 2-3 weeks from now, we ain't gonna be thinking about if everything goes right, we ain't gonna be thinking about no preseason game, bro.
Yeah. I mean, because we like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you seen some solid performances here and there, but we all know it's all about the regular season when the best is going against the best. Some of these guys going to get second, third string, and some guys they still got to know what it takes to win. So it is what it is.
I think we like watching the last like couple years of preseason game and the NFL as a total.
Mhm.
It's just too dangerous, bro. You losing all of your assets before you get to the real deal where everything counts. I think they're gonna phase it all the way out at the very least one game preseason, bro. And I wouldn't be mad at that. Maybe you add one game to the season. Maybe they play 18 games. But you gotta get rid of this is
They
what are you
already
doing it
dropped
for,
it from
bro?
4 to
You
3.
I think
Yeah, they dropped it from 4
you
to
know
3.
why I think they pushing it more because of the joint practices these teams have started to doing like the last 5 years now. They might have been doing it for longer, but we got our attention from the fast years. You can find out about most of your players doing those joint practices. You know who's good or who's not, so you don't really need a preseason. So I think you need to just get it out because it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous.
I heard that take before. Me, I just look at it. Hey, sometime I mean, just looking at our team in preseason. I mean, during training camp, you want to go ahead and get your number one. You know his run against the ones that in a joint practice per se. But Tyson Bagent ain't finna get that many
You're right.
reps against the ones that are going against the joint practice. So you put him in preseason and you get solid film against other teams. So I think it's still some value there, but I definitely understand where you're coming from when you're saying that the injuries can start to pile up. Hence why we had a long ass list of Bears players hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I add this nugget before you go, Haize, before you answer?
Yeah.
What if you give them more leeway in the practice? I know you can only do a set amount of, of these drills. You can only do this much in contact practices. What if you be a little more, you could do whatever you want or whatever you want to do, but we cut in preseason. I think that's a fair exchange.
Bro, you got to keep in mind too. We got to keep in mind the money aspect. Preseason games generate revenue.
It does. That's a great
You
point.
already know they ain't gonna cut that out,
bro.
Great.
And
it's
even them.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, and it's the cheapest ticket you can get before the regular season.
That's what I'm saying. There are some people, the only time they get to see their team live is during the preseason, just because. And this ain't even a shot. Yeah. Game prices get ridiculous sometimes, especially if the team's good. Yeah. So I don't see them cutting anymore. Like them going down from 4 to 3 was them cutting out. I think when I read it, it's like for the whole NFL, it's like $10 million over the course of the preseason, cutting one game from each team, bro.
Oh, wow.
They ain't cutting much more, bro.
You think the preseason number stays the same, Drip? You think it stays the same? I think they could take it down to 2 at least. You could take it down to 2.
I don't think they cutting it down.
No,
not anytime soon. Not anytime soon.
That means they don't give a fuck about the players. They don't care.
No, I mean, because that's up to. But see, that's the thing. The NFL doesn't regulate how much you need to play your starters. That's up to the coach. Right. If it gets to a point to where you're that worried about injury, hey, listen, you got one game you're gonna see our starters. Everybody else, we evaluating the rest of the roster.
For sure.
Okay.
So
and people still gonna come pay to see it too. So
yeah, facts. Tony Wright says this is why depth is so important. That's why I think Detroit could possibly win the division. There's depth. Their depth there is kind of their depth is kind of deep over. Their depth is kind of deep over. I would hope so. That's what she said. But how you guys like? What do you guys think about Detroit's depth?
I don't think much of their depth. They okay. I gotta say, they had one good half of the season, bro. They got some all right players. I've seen a couple. I watched a couple highlights of the guys. Okay, they're respectable, but let me see it on paper. They didn't even make the playoffs with all that good shit they did last
They
year.
got players suspended still over there
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Let's not forget about that.
come on, dude. Let me see it, yo. They doing a lot of talking now. Oh,
Yeah, I think it's to be determined for sure. But I think that's why I like what Ryan Poe's doing so much. He's bringing in a lot of young talent because as you've seen, like these young talents, you start to find out, are they starters or are they good rotational pieces? So you found a couple of them last year. You hoping that these guys that was drafted this past draft can go ahead and continue to build this thing out. So we'll see. And with Detroit, we'll see for sure.
Yeah. We'll see, man. We'll see, fellas. Any other comments? You guys see any other comments you want to get to? I know there's a lot. Y'all been going off today, but we've been going long, man. It's 45 minutes. We usually do 25 to 30
Damn,
minutes on
bro.
Sunday.
We was chilling and vibing, nephew back and everything.
Yeah, bussin'. Y'all know.
Listen.
Oh,
Bobby,
man.
you were missed, bro.
Hey,
like
I missed y'all
it's,
too. That's why I had to
you know
pop
what's
in.
funny? It's how we all balance each other. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like it's balance here. Like C-Dub, the crazy old uncle. I'm just crazy as shit. Bobby's the smart one. We just balance each other out, right?
The smart one. For sure, I'm gonna take that compliment. Shit.
I didn't mean
I
didn't mean it. There's no slight at all. Like
no, you didn't. You know,
Bobby pull out and be like, "Hey man, they did a such and such coverage." I'd be like, "Oh shit, I do remember that." But okay, shout out to Bobby.
Hey, we gotta get Barry on here. Shout out to my man Barry.
Shout out to Barry.
Hey man, he said hand Rasheem Green a bus ticket and a couple Lunchables and send him out of Chicago. Do y'all think Green is out of here? And shout out to my man Barry. Yeah, hilarious, bro.
Here's the thing. If Gibson's gone, I can see him keeping him around.
Probably, yep.
Yeah. Hey, there it is. I'm with Drip on that.
Yeah.
That's perfectly said.
No
yeah.
argument.
You know, if the Pelican dude is there still, I mean, then you may have to change some things. You may have to change some things, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Sure.
Shout out. Oh, wait, hold on. Tape Never Lies decided to come through. Shout out to Tape Never Lies for coming through the chat. Shout out to y'all.
Abraham Lincoln didn't see it coming.
Shout out to them for coming through, man. We appreciate y'all for showing up on the live, man. Oh man, that is funny.
Hey, Swifty.
Right.
Oh, you want to finish?
Swift says it's Gibson versus Green. I think the coaches like Green's runs defense better. I don't know why. That's fair. I can definitely understand. Like I like Gibson overall better but now that the trade request is out there, that's kind of what.
Definitely.
If just all things even, I would probably keep Gibson over Green. But now with the trade request, who knows, man?
Mike talking about some C-Dub is Master Splinter, Bobby is Donatello, Haize you Raphael.
Why the fuck I gotta be the rat, my guy? It's two other turtles. Mike, it's two other turtles. Why I gotta be the damn rat, nigga?
Dang.
Cause you the old head,
favorite people, gang.
That's funny, bro. That's
Mike.
hilarious.
You one of my favorite people.
But you got to give it credit. Master Splinter be chilling in the sewer. When he comes out, he kicks ass and goes back in, and then fusses at the turtles and be like, "Bitch, bring my pizza and chills, bro. You ain't got nothing wrong with that."
Do you take me as somebody that don't want to turn up, bro? You know this.
That's what
Master Splinter is in the sewers all fucking day.
I got you. C-Dub is Slash. Y'all remember Slash the turtle?
Yep.
There's C-Dub Slash. That was the fifth turtle. He had the black bandana, bro. Yeah.
Damn,
you Slash.
Look at Haize, bro.
See, listen, my turtle. There's something that nobody like. The turtle knowledge, the Power Rangers knowledge, the damn anime knowledge is deep around these motherfuckers.
I'm finna test them. First Black Ranger, ethnicity, please.
Ethnicity?
Yes.
Was he Jamaican?
Oh, he broke it all the way down.
Come on, man.
You know, black guy, Black Ranger suit. Come on.
Yeah. That's but all right, man. We about to get up out of here, bro, man. Bobby, go and tell them where they can follow us at, bro.
Hey, y'all can hit me and Unc up on Shy Bulls podcast. We right there. We about to cross 4K mark, so appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hey, and then y'all already know, hit Haize up. All social media platforms at CEO Haize. And of course, y'all already know, Chicago up and bear down to the best chat in all Bears fandom. We right here, baby. Let's go.
Absolutely. If anybody can Photoshop C-Dub with a Ninja Turtle bandana on, bro, I got to check for y'all.
Come on,
like,
Brett.
Just do that for
Oh, hell no. He playing dirty, bro.
Y'all can follow us collectively at Shy Bear Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. ChicagoBearCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, you want to send us a text message and or voicemail for mailback episodes that go down Fridays and Saturdays. The number to do so, 773-242-9336. For Bobby, for C-Dub, I'm Haize, man. This has been Chicago Bear Central. We out here.
Damn, Mike.
Peace, y'all.
Mike.
Shot Town up, bear down.
Damn, Mike,
Shout out
you
to
my
Master
guy.
Splinter in that motherfucker.
Mike.